All right, we are going to do a little, I'm hoping I can make this where you can read it, a little video on standard deviation. All right, so first of all, what standard deviation is, if you think about what standard means the kind of the average. So, and deviate means to be different. So back in the day, we used to talk about social deviants. Those were the bad kids because they were different than the normal. So standard deviation is the average or standard amount that each value deviates from the norm. So let me find a different color. So for example, if this is our mean is 82, and these dots are all of our values, each of these distances, that one wasn't much of a distance, is the amount that each of those deviates from the norm. So what we're doing when we're calculating standard deviation is basically we're measuring this distance and this distance and this distance and this distance, this distance and that little distance, and we're finding the average amount that they are deviating or distancing from the norm. So that is what standard deviation is. How to calculate it, let's say I have these values. I'm going to add them up and get the mean. So 17, 28, 42, 50. So 50 is my total. There are 5 of them, so my mean is 10. And then I'm simply going to subtract the difference from the mean is the individual value minus the mean. Okay, so 10 minus 10 is 0. 7 minus 10 is negative 3. 11 minus 10 is 1. 14 minus 10 is 4, and 8 minus 10 is negative 2. Sorry, negative 2. All right, then we square those, okay? I don't know why this is flashing, so I'm sorry. It has something to do with my document camera. So 0 squared is 0, 3 squared is 9, 1 squared is 1, 4 squared is 16, and 2 squared is 4, okay? Then we're going to add these up together. So that's going to be 9, 10, 26, 30. Okay, hopefully I'm doing my math right. This is the formula for standard deviation. You do not need to memorize this. It's on the formula sheet, but you do need to know what everything stands for. So what we've got here is the individual mean, or the individual value minus the mean squared. That's what we did over here. And we summed that up here. So this value that we calculated here is what goes on top. Okay? So when we're calculating standard deviation, we'll put that 30 on top. We're going to divide by n minus 1. N is our number of people, cats, dogs, elephants, whatever we're studying. We have 5. So n minus 1, that is going to be 4. And 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. I'm doing this with my brain and not a calculator, so y'all might check my math. And then we need to take the square root. I don't know the square root of 7.5, and I do not have a calculator here with me. But the standard deviation, let me go grab a calculator. Is going to be 2.74. Now, I do everything to 2 decimal places in biology. We don't do sig figs. I don't even remember the sig fig rules. So I do everything to 2 decimal places. But honestly, when you get to graphing, it is going to be in your best interest to round that bad boy to the nearest whole number. So I would just say the standard deviation is 3. That's going to make it a whole lot easier when you're graphing. And so my next video is going to talk about graphing, standard deviation, and also talk about standard error and graphing standard error.